फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।
"93 overs, 336 runs. Yashasvi Jaiswal, 179 not out." That's the crux of day one of the second test match between India and England. Hello and welcome to CricketNext Live. We'll be talking about what all happened on day one of the second test match. But before that, the biggest question is, will Yashasvi Jaiswal, the lone wolf, will take India to post 400 for 50? Well, let's hear it out from Network 18 Group Sports Editor Keshanivas Rao, Chetan Narula, and Soumya Kapoor. Hello, Srini, Chetan, and Soumya. Srini, how do you see this score? 336. Were you expecting post 400 on day one?
I'm sorry, don't laugh at this, but at one time, I was thinking that we have the potential to go towards 500. At one time, I really was thinking that ये बच्चे कर देंगे। वहां से अब मैं यहाँ पे ये बोल रहा हूँ कि कम से कम इसके 200 होने तक रुक जाना प्लीज।
And that's such a sad affair, Srini. So disappointing.
Atrocious is the word. Horrible batting.
Yeah.
It's an antithesis. So it is ironical that the coach of the Indian Test team happens to be Rahul Dravid, and under his coaching, the batting of the Indian team is an exact antithesis of the Rahul Dravid school of batting. What the hell is wrong with you? I mean, you really aren't you like kind of thinking properly? Aren't you in the right environment? What is wrong? Haven't you watched enough Test cricket? What is wrong with you? So I don't have enough words. I mean, those two rash strokes that caused that middle order dismissal, there was no need for it. You are still on the first day in the last section of a test match. The guy batting at the other end is 170 plus. He's nearing double 100. Stand there for him. He's the protagonist of this script, not you. You wait for your time. Let him complete his moment. What is wrong with it? The greatest of test batsmen have played second fiddle. And I don't know. I mean, I really don't know what is wrong with it. Dismissal is not what irks me. The inability to understand that the dismissal cannot occur in a manner that it is occurring, that is horrendous.
Absolutely. And that's really, really very disappointing. Soumya, if we see the scoreboard, okay, 179 not out, Yashasvi Jaiswal, your highest run scorer. Second, 34. And see the difference between 179 and 34. That's really bizarre. How will you sum up this? Because this is unbelievable.
So, starting with Shubman Gill, I don't understand what is wrong with him. I mean, यार ऑफ स्टंप के जस्ट बाहर समझ आता है मेरे को। रजत पाटीदार के साथ हुआ, इट वाज जस्ट आउटसाइड ऑफ स्टंप एंड लेफ्ट द बॉल सो वेल। एक ही वो इंस्टेंस था, पांचवें स्टंप की बॉल को डिफेंड करने जा रहे हो, इतना बढ़िया सेटअप करा जेम्स एंडरसन ने। उसके बाद अक्षर पटेल, ऑब्वियसली पीपल आर फॉन्ड ऑफ हिज बैटिंग, आई एम नॉट, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, एंड आई एम नॉट, एंड दिस इज द रीजन व्हाट ही डिड टुडे। केएस भरत के साथ मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि उन्होंने डिसाइड कर लिया है कि ऋषभ पंत जब वापस आएंगे ना, तो उनकी जगह वैसे भी नहीं बनेगी, तो उन्होंने फॉर ग्रांटेड ले लिया, या ही हैज मेड हिमसेल्फ, ही हैज मेड पीस विद दिस कि बॉस हमने तो बाहर जाना ही है। पुट अप अ शो भाई, इससे बेटर विकेट, इससे बेटर स्क्रिप्ट, इससे बेटर एक आपको एक प्लेटफॉर्म कहाँ मिलेगा? एक लड़का एग्जैक्टली एज श्रीनी सेड, एक लड़का 170 खेल रहा है, वहां खड़े रहो, अपने आप 50-100 आ जाएगी आपकी, अपने आप वो फ्रस्ट्रेट हो जाएगी बॉलिंग यूनिट। फ्रस्ट्रेट तो करो। आइए, आप कितने भी सेटल्ड हो, आप छक्का मारने गए हो सेकंड लास्ट ओवर में, सीरियसली ही हिट अ मैक्सिमम, राइट? ऑन व्हाट ग्राउंड, ऑन व्हाट ब्लडी ग्राउंड? उसका मतलब क्या था शॉट का? मिले होंगे 6 रन, क्या उखाड़ लिया उससे? क्या बदल गया उससे? दिस हैज बीन अ हॉरिबल बैटिंग डिस्प्ले, स्पेशली फ्रॉम शुभमन गिल, especially from KS Bharat, especially from Akshar Patel. एंड रोहित शर्मा के साथ तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है, वो तो वो भी नहीं जानते शायद, लीव एवरीवन, उन्हें भी नहीं पता। तो
Okay.
आई मीन
So
डिसअपॉइंटिंग।
Okay. So we've heard from Srini, we've heard from Soumya. Let's go wicket by wicket. And for that, I have with me Vineet Ramakrishnan joining us live from Vizag. Vineet, you must have seen each and everything clearly on the ground. What's wrong with this Indian team?
Well, they are not just applying themselves, and a 22-year-old Yashasvi Jaiswal is showing you how to apply yourself on a wicket like this, how to put a prize on a wicket, prize on your wicket on a wicket like this, how to convert your starts, how to make substantial contributions after you've got a start. None of the other batters did that, and that's quite unfortunate. I mean, this India should have been 350, 360 for four, 336 for six. It's actually disappointing. It is very similar to what happened in Hyderabad. You are letting go of that crucial advantage. Batting first. I mean, that's the biggest thing that I can tell you. Yeah, Jaiswal was playing, very methodically. It was not that he was doing crash and bang, or he was, playing in his shell or nothing of that sort. Applying himself, playing out the good deliveries, hitting the bad deliveries, not missing an opportunity to hit the bad deliveries. Look, somebody like James Anderson was bowling really, really well. He did not take his chances against him. He just went about leaving out or negotiating James Anderson, and whenever he had the opportunity against other bowlers, he went about his business in a very methodical manner. And he put a price on his wicket. That is the biggest thing. The way Rohit Sharma got out, okay, the ball took a sharp turn, but you should know there's a leg slip placed. Why would you flick that delivery? I mean, you could have done just not played it, or maybe you try to play it down. Shubman Gill again was a great setup by James Anderson. Should not have prodded at that fifth stump delivery, but that's James Anderson for you. I mean, he gets the pitch out of the equation and induces these kind of mistakes from the best of the batters. But Shubman Gill again, terrible run of form, terrible judgment there. But the two wickets in the late in the day, Shrikar Bharat,
Yeah.
Akshar Patel just does not make sense. Again, I mean it's about the part that you had to be there for Jaiswal. Trying to go for the glory shots. Yes, Bharat six, Soumya mentioned. I'm fine with that. ठीक है, आपको एक delivery मिली, आपने छक्का मार दिया. That is fine with it. But the delivery that you got out to, I mean, just slashing at an innocuous kind of a delivery. Akshar Patel चलो मिला, थोड़ा bounce extra हो गया. But then again, you didn't have to try it. You didn't have to really go for looking for runs when you are 3 overs, 4 overs at the close of play. You should not have done that, and that is where India have faltered. 350 for four here would have been very solid to end the day with. Looking at a day two, I mean, you could have consolidated that, a score to maybe a 450 or a 500 maybe. But with 336 for six, what you're looking at, another 100 run, Ashwin and Yashasvi Jaiswal batting. Technically, the last, recognized batting pair. I can see Chetan smiling. I
Chetan's
probably
laughing. Yeah.
because of Shrikar Bharat. But again, as I said, keeping is good. Batting not that great. Played for the galleries here. To just try to entertain his home crowd is what undid Shrikar Bharat most likely. But yeah, this is the last batting pair, and you probably have to add another 50, 60, 80 odd runs, which still won't be enough. I mean, you should have had, looking at aiming at around 500, which I don't think might happen because, as I said, last batting pair here now.
खराब
Yes.
बैटिंग करना, खराब बैट्समैन होने में फर्क होता है. दैट वाज अ हॉरिबल शॉट. आई मीन दैट इज व्हाट इज इरिटेटिंग मी राइट.
Yes, that is horrible shot. I mean, I'm not saying कि यार खराब बैट्समैन थे तो खराब शॉट खेला. Decent enough. लोगों को खराब आप क्या कहोगे कि इस लेवल पे आपको टेस्ट डेब्यू मिल रहा है तो आप उतने भी खराब बैटर तो नहीं हो सकते. थोड़ा बहुत decent बैटिंग तो होगा तुम्हारे पास. It's just about applying yourself, being temperamentally, being aware of that situation कि उस टाइम पे आपको क्या करना है, किस तरीके से खेलना है. You just had to be the second fiddle to Yashasvi Jaiswal. आप खुद आप glory shot मारने चले गए trying to get runs. मतलब नहीं था. Disappointing, to be honest. It's like, as I wrote in my report, I mean, Jaiswal stands tall while others squander their starts.
But you can't win a test match by just relying on one batter ना विनीत. आपने मेंशन किया अभी क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, वही नहीं सबको समझ में आ रहा है. दिक्कत वहीं से शुरू है कि आपको यही नहीं समझ में आ रहा है कि हमें किस सिचुएशन में किस तरीके से खेलना है. चेतन, help us understand the way Akshar Patel and शिखर भरत got out. I know we have been repeating this again and again कि जिस तरीके के shots वो खेल रहे हैं और जिस तरीके से वो out हो रहे हैं. And Vineet started his comment by saying that India did apply themselves on day one. When will they apply? When will that happen? After losing the test series?
पहली बात तो Vineet is expecting 100 more runs.
Hopefully optimistic.
Indian fans will have Indian fans
Even
will
I
have-
would like a change.
Not an Indian fan. Not an Indian fan. If India need to have a chance at this
Okay.
game, they
No,
need to aim
It's
at
not about
100.
Indian fan or what India needs a chance.
Exactly.
First of all, the match is gone. Okay, the match is already lost.
Yes.
The match is already lost.
Always a mic drop moment.
The match is already lost. If you understand cricket, anybody who understands cricket, okay, maybe it's not lost, but England are ahead of the curve.
सही कह रहे हो आप, सही कह रहे हो.
Tommy, just let me speak. England are ahead of the curve. ठीक है, उस पिच पे 6 wickets day one with the kind of spin attack they have. I mean, are you kidding me? Look, शिखर भरत की जहां तक मैं बात करूं, कल विनीत, मैं सिर्फ यही बात बोलूंगा, कल विनीत पूछ रहे थे कि शिखर भरत ने किया क्या है. Exactly, किया क्या है? This is शिखर भरत बैटिंग. So you again, I'm not, ये सारा ना मिला जुला है यहाँ से. Everything is just stitched into each and everything. Now, आप अक्षर पटेल की बात कर रहे हो. I am saying अक्षर पटेल did nothing wrong. अक्षर पटेल did absolutely nothing wrong. That is how he's supposed to bat. The problem is आप एक नंबर 8, नंबर 9 के बैटर को नंबर 5 और 6 पे यूज कर रहे हो. दिमाग आपका खराब है. दिमाग अक्षर पटेल का खराब नहीं है. He's supposed to bat like that. He is going to bat like that. He's a tail ender. He's a lower order batter. आप पागल हो जो आप उसको नंबर 5 और नंबर 6 पर इस्तेमाल कर रहे हो टेस्ट क्रिकेट में. ठीक है. It reminds me when Rahul Dravid was captain, the way they used Irfan Pathan. राहुल द्रविड़ को कुछ अट्रैक्शन है लेफ्ट हैंडेड बैटर से. उनको एक लेफ्ट हैंडर आप दे दो तो उनको लगता है कि मेरे को खजाना मिल गया है, मैं बहुत कुछ कर सकता हूं एक लेफ्ट हैंडेड बैटर से. तो कर सकते हो आप, लेकिन एक प्रॉपर बैटर लेकर आओ. पहले इरफान पठान का करियर उन्होंने खत्म किया व्हेन ही वाज कैप्टन. लेफ्ट हैंडर को नंबर 3 से लेकर नंबर 6, नंबर 7 तक हर जगह पे बैटिंग करा दिया. पूरा बैटिंग लाइनअप उन्होंने उस टाइम पे रूइन कर दिया था इंडिया का, बिकॉज इरफान पठान वाज लेफ्ट हैंडेड. And now as a coach he's doing the same thing with Akshar Patel. T20 वर्ल्ड कप में भी उन्होंने यही किया था, अब भी वो यही कर रहे हैं. ओडीआई क्रिकेट में भी उन्होंने यही करने की कोशिश की है. So आपको एक लेफ्ट हैंडर मिल जाता है, आप उसको किसी तरह भी यूज कर लोगे. जोकर है क्या वो? You are making Akshar Patel what he can do at number 8 and 9. You're trying to do it at number 5 and 6. ऐसे नहीं होता है ना. आप टेल एंडर को प्रॉपर बैटर नहीं बना सकते हो. जो वो 8 और 9 पे वो कर रहा है उसको करने दो. क्या प्रॉब्लम है? जबरदस्ती उसको 5 और 6 पे लेके आना है आपने. अब अक्षर पटेल एट 6 tells you Shikhar Bharat is not good enough to bat ahead of Akshar Patel. So your batting is finishing at number 5. Then Ashwin is batting lower than Shikhar Bharat. So you do not have confidence in Ravichandran Ashwin. So automatically your top 5 become really, really important. Shubman Gill, woefully out of form. Shreyas Iyer, मतलब 27 सीना तान के चलेंगे. हाँ भाई, कोई शॉर्ट बॉल प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बनेंगे सिर्फ 27-30 रन. Rajat Patidar, the only unlucky dismissal. You're throwing away 6 wickets on the best batting pitch in the last 5 years in Test cricket in India. The best batting pitch in 5 years in Test cricket in India. उसमें आपने 6 विकेट दे दिए हैं फर्स्ट डे में. Are you going to win this Test match? I don't think so.
श्रीनी, ये तो बहुत ही प्रॉब्लमेटिक बात है कि आपको पहले कहा जा रहा था आप टॉस जीतेंगे तो आप बैटिंग करिए. आपको सब मिल गया, आपने टॉस जीत लिया, आपने बैटिंग भी कर ली, आप बैट करने भी आ गए, आपको सब कुछ मिल रहा है प्लेटर पे. देन ऑल्सो यू आर नॉट टेकिंग द चांसेस, यू आर नॉट banking on the opportunities that you're getting. What's the problem? What's the biggest problem? Is Rohit Sharma a problem as a captain? Is Rahul Dravid a problem as a coach? Or the whole team management is a problem? Or the temperament or the environment in the team is a problem?
Listen. I'm not really, let's not mix everything here. Like, let's not make this into an Irish broth, because again, we are here because of certain scenarios that, kind of began developing before the series, and, in the middle of and after the first test.
Yep.
Injuries, Virat's unavailability, everything. So, like, if we kind of put all of this in a broth, like, kind of, then we are not going anywhere. So let's now let's stick to the batting. Okay, because again,
Mhm.
this has been the moot point of the discussion, right?
Yep.
It's not like a Srikar Bharat or an Aksar, whether he's a tail ender or a middle order, how India sees him, how Rahul Dravid is seeing him. The point is, it's not like these guys are coming out here and playing these shots because they feel excited and it's a rush moment for them. It's also something that's been kind of, been part of a discussion inside the dressing room before they're walking out of bed. See, if they're coming out here and doing exactly the opposite of what a Rahul Dravid or what a Rohit is telling them, then there is something seriously wrong. You get my point? To come out for, to, like, to come out and play the kind of strokes that you're playing while you have a set batsman at the other end, doing the job for you. If you're coming and playing these shots in contrary to what was being discussed in a team meeting or what before you're coming out of bat, then there is something seriously wrong with you, and then for the team management to take a call on that. Okay, to come out and speak that, this was poor batting. Again, I mean, they don't believe in such things, but then that's the point. But I'm willing to believe that the kind of mentality that is showing out on the field is also a result of the kind of mentality that has begun to prevail inside the dressing room. Rohit's dismissal in the first innings of the first test match. I keep going back to that because for me, that is like the benchmark. That is like the cherry on whatever. I mean, I don't get the phrase for it. Yeah, kind of, if I had to define stupidity in Indian batting, which is beginning to creep in at all times, I find it illogical. I don't know if others do, right? And I'm saying that this has to be result of some kind of mentality that has begun to prevail inside the dressing room, which is which doesn't make sense in any scenario. If you're doing well, it doesn't make sense. If you're struggling, it doesn't make sense. If you're stitching up a batting unit for the absence of some established batters, it doesn't make sense. So nothing makes sense. Okay, there is one way of seeing it. If today those very shots would have been converted into a boundary or a six, and India today would have been, the same score but 2 wickets less, probably our discussion right now would have been a little less harsh. It wouldn't have been to that extent. Maybe if Aksar would have continued scoring at that pace and taken India 50 runs ahead, who knows? I'm just saying that probably some of us may have mentioned it as a masterstroke, right? So, but the idea, the prevailing idea has to be that why, for what joy are we in this kind of a hurry? We are still, we are there. We've done very well on first day of a test match. Unfortunately, we've lost 2 wickets we shouldn't have. We're trying to repair that damage and straight through. We've achieved, like, we've come this far. We need to save wickets. Last session of the day. What I mean, that's a test match. That's test cricket that I grew up watching. Save the day, begin the next day afresh. What is wrong with you? So it is the approach that doesn't make any sense to me. Uh, well, I really, I mean, you can add any kind of conjecture to it, any which way you look at it. My problem lies in the way we are approaching our test batting, particularly.
Yep.
And by the
Well,
way,
Maybe
approach is very
maybe influenced by what England are doing, or
I just
maybe
complete
influenced
one
by
line.
what England are doing.
Hmm. I'll come to you,
I
Vinay.
just quickly
Yeah.
complete a couple of things. Yesterday I was saying that could be Sarfraz, right? I mean, I was thinking it would be Sarfraz, not Rajat,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
purely from what I mean, you guys all said Rajat, and today from what I saw of that guy, impressive. I liked it. The way he was there, the confidence that he showed for a first test match, I really liked it. Although I would have loved had he stayed longer, but I loved watching Rajat Patidar. That's one. And the other point I quickly want to make is, I know it's not part of this discussion, but questions will come. So at least I am not. I didn't participate in the morning show, so that's why.
Yeah.
What? Why did you go in with that Mukesh Kumar? With all due respect, what is wrong with you?
Our comment section is full of those questions, Srini. So
What
I
is
think you're
wrong
just
with
giving
you?
the answer
Why?
to them.
Like क्या खाए ब्रेकफास्ट में क्या खाते हो? मतलब क्या सोच के ऐसे डिसीजन मतलब मुझे
Shrini,
समझ में नहीं आ
Shrini,
रहा
you were
तो
not there in the evening session yesterday. Yaar. It was pretty obvious that see Rahul Dravid is never going to be taking an aggressive. Are you
Uh,
expecting him to do what England are doing? No, he's never going to do it. That second
that's
pacer
what I'm
was.
saying. There is something wrong in the
आप
dressing
मैंने
room.
कल
So
शाम के
yeah.
शो में बोल दिया था कि
Chetan,
second
Chetan,
Chetan, I'll
pacer
come to
जाएंगे
you.
Chetan, I have to
बनाएंगे.
leave. Chetan, I have to
Chetan,
leave.
Srini has to
I'll
leave.
just quickly,
Srini has to
I'll
leave.
just
Yeah.
quickly put in this point that my point is, as much as we are angry with the batters and the way they approach, I would like to think that the larger problem lies inside the dressing room. That's where something is wrong and needs to be corrected. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Okay, bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Bye, bye,
Srini.
bye.
So Srini has left us with two important notes. One is about Mukesh Kumar, and I would love that question to be addressed in the rapid fire round because a lot of people are asking questions around that. So we'll pick that question once we begin our rapid fire round. But the other one is about approach. We need approach. I think this is the keyword that's doing rounds and rounds in our live show every day. If we're just talking about approach, what's wrong with the approach? When will this approach be right in place for Team India after the series, or after we don't make it to the WTC final, or after we lose another WTC final? When?
Actually, the question that you've been asking, what's wrong with the team? What is the approach? And none of us probably can give you a foolproof answer because we are not the Indian team management. We are not there sitting
But Vineet,
discussing.
are you getting any
We know
answers in
what
the
it is.
pressers?
Nothing. Pressures में क्या ही answer मिलेगा? Look, the approach is pretty much wrong. You can see that. I mean, basic as Srini mentioned थोड़ी देर पहले, Test cricket. What it is Test cricket? Third session है आपके पास 2 wicket चले गए तो थोड़ा रुको अगले दिन तक के लिए खेलो. But you are not doing that. You are just trying to hit boundaries. ठीक है, if it had come off, it would have come good like that. Shrikar Bharat Singh, as Soumya mentioned, आ गया लग गया अच्छा है, catch भी हो सकता था. But the approach is just is odd. I mean, just try to play test cricket. The only like viable answer I can give you is the fact that maybe there is one slight percentage chance where India looking at England and saying यार England भी बड़ा तेज खेलेगी. We also will try to do that. Pressure डाल के देखते हैं. हमें 350 360 by the end of the day करना है. Maybe it's that influence which is not right. That is also कि आप influence हो रहे हो उस तरीके से. England have done that well in terms of psychological advantage. I'm saying that could be the reasons. I don't know. Otherwise, these are batters as Srini mentioned. Rahul Dravid है यार, one of the guys Test cricket जैसे खेलते हैं, उन्हें पता है वो. But then again, you're going for the shots. It's up to the individuals here. Like Shrikar
Okay.
Bharat, that's short
just
choice of
Okay.
shot. Akshar Patel, the choice of shot.
अगर just one
Soumya,
thing
I'll come
अगर
back to you. I'll come back to you, Soumya. Just a second. Just a second. Vineet, tell me what India can do now. How they can save this test match.
Very difficult, as I said. I am hopefully optimistic in a way that agar 100 run ban gaye to maybe. I'll also tell you one thing that ki don't really judge the pitch until both the teams have batted on it. You only have seen India bat. Maybe. I don't know. I'll probably like to ask Chetan here. Chetan, I saw a couple of deliveries, थोड़ा extra bounce हो रहा था, थोड़ा sharp turn ले रहा था. Not that much, not that frequency, इतना नहीं था. Do you think an Ashwin or an Aksar would be able to extract far more on these pitch than a Hartley or a Rian Ahmed? And that's probably the only reason I would say India will have to really bowl well, to bundle out England. That is the only way I can look forward to. I'm not looking at Indian batting. I'm looking at Indian bowling and saying ki the three spinners, they'll have to bowl really, really well, really good.
It just depends, really. Hyderabad, we saw even on the first day, the Indian spinners were getting a lot more turn. Jadeja was actually getting a lot more turn.
Yeah.
Um, this is a very, very different pitch, yeah. This is a very different pitch. It just depends कि England की batting कब आती है. I don't think कि India will be batting after lunch tomorrow.
Yeah.
सौरन तो बहुत ज़्यादा बोल रहे हो आप. I think it just depends when England is batting. If England is batting by lunch tomorrow, then it's going to be a very flat wicket. It's one of the best wickets. मतलब this is 2019 era wicket यार. ये पिछले
Yeah.
5 साल में ऐसी wicket नहीं मिली है आपको
ऐसा
इंडिया में.
विकेट नहीं मिला, right?
So it just depends. I mean, Chennai 21 was a good batting wicket, but then it started disintegrating from day 3. So I think this could be similar, but this is a black soil wicket. So I'm not sure if this is going to have that kind of turn or on day 3 itself. So वो पढ़ना थोड़ा मुश्किल है. But let's see. I think, but अगर you see, if England was batting on day 1, this was 450. It was clearly 450.
Yeah.
England was batting in Hyderabad. The reason why I'm saying India is already behind. India is behind because England was batting in Hyderabad where the ball was turning at 4.5 and over. वो लोग हैदराबाद में 4.5 में सेकंड इनिंग्स में 4.5 से रन बना रहे थे. सो इस विकेट पे तो 4.5 तो लेके चलो ना आप. So you are already behind that curve. Obviously, it just depends. You take 5 wickets and they are 200 for 5 or something like that. It just depends. So Yashasvi Jaiswal might have played a match-saving or a match-winning knock. But looking at the other 6 batters, that is where you lose the game. That is clear indications of where if India loses the game, that is where they will lose it. So that is why I'm saying India is already behind England in this test match.
Soumya?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
You were talking about the approach. You wanted to talk
अगर
about
approach
that.
कि प्रेशर डालना है, तेज खेलना है, तो किसी का स्ट्राइक रेट, किसी का एक का स्ट्राइक रेट 80-90 के आसपास होता. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि 100 के ऊपर से खेलते. जस्ट लुक एट द स्ट्राइक रेट्स. रोहित शर्मा 41 बॉल ही लेते अपने नॉक के लिए. So
No,
I
he
don't
was
think
looking very circumspect, yeah. He was so all over, all at sea against James Anderson.
I'm just collectively saying कि अगर आप number of balls they have played, all of them, अगर वो approach भी होती तो I would have understood कि ठीक है, you want to put up a score of 375 to 400 in a day and put pressure. I understand that. लेकिन आपके पास उस तरीके के बैट्समैन भी तो होने चाहिए अगर वो अप्रोच आप लेके चले. आई डोंट थिंक वो अप्रोच लेके चल रहा. तो मैं यही बोल रहा था कि अगर ऐसा होता तो वो इंटेंट दिखता है यार. आई कांट सी इंटेंट. ये इंटेंट नहीं होता. आई एम सॉरी. हर बॉल पे
पॉसिबली, लेकिन अक्सर और श्रीकर इस तरीके से पागलों की तरह वो फाइनल सेशन खेल रहे थे. मेरे को तो यही लग रहा था कि वो रन कहीं से आ जाए. रन मतलब जिस तरीके से वो खेल रहे थे, ये तो यही लग रहा था.
बट कितना ही आपने कंट्रीब्यूट कर दिया ना. टोटल ऑफ व्हाट
दैट इज द पॉइंट. दैट इज द पॉइंट.
44.
बट विनीत, एक सवाल है मेरा यहाँ पर आपसे. हम जिस भी बैटर से जब भी बात करते हैं मैच के बाद, इन दिस केस यशस्वी जायसवाल ने मैच के आज के दिन के बाद कहा कि मुझे कॉन्स्टेंटली रोहित शर्मा और राहुल द्रविड़ से ये मैसेज आ रहा था कि आई हैव टू बैट डीपर, मुझे बड़ा स्कोर खड़ा करना है, मुझे और ज़्यादा अच्छे से खेलना है. सेम मैसेज जाता होगा ना भरत को और अक्षर पटेल को भी, आपको कैसे खेलना है, या फिर वो
यू नेवर नो. कुड भी अलग होगा, कुड भी दूसरी अलग चीजें बोली गई होंगी. भरत को आके बोला होगा तुम्हारा होम क्राउड एंटरटेन करो. इट डजंट मैटर. ऐसा नहीं है कि सबको एक ही मैसेज जाता है. सबको अलग अलग ही मैसेज जा रहा होगा. लाइक फॉर मी, मेरे को तो लगा जिस तरीके से रोहित शर्मा ने शुरू किया, ही थॉट कि दैट आई विल टेक माय टाइम एंड आई विल प्ले अ लॉन्ग इनिंग्स एंड लेट जायसवाल प्ले द एग्रेसिव ब्रांड ऑफ क्रिकेट दैट ही लाइक्स टू प्ले. मेरे को वही लगा, व्हिच डिड नॉट कम ऑफ फॉर रोहित शर्मा, राइट. एंड विद अक्षर लाइक दोस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने मैसेज एक ही मैसेज सबको बोल दिया. सबको अलग अलग मैसेज दिया होगा. भरत को भी यही मैसेज दिया होगा. दैट इज व्हाट श्रीनी सेइंग. इफ द मैसेज वाज डिफरेंट एंड योर अप्रोच इज डिफरेंट, दैट्स अ बिगर प्रॉब्लम. if this was the message that was relayed to Bharat and Akshar Patel कि आप तेज खेलो या आप जो भी लूज डिलीवरीज को बना के खेलो, they failed at doing it. It's as simple as that. अगर वो मैसेज था तो they simply failed at that execution level.
It seems that Team India has lost the plot, and certainly so on day 1. We'll see what will happen on day 2. But for now, let's move to our rapid fire round. We'll start up with the question on Mukesh Kumar, because that's the question that's been asked a number of times during this live session. So I'll actually put this question to Chetan first, and then Vineet. Vineet is already, giving his answer. But Chetan, what is Mukesh Kumar doing in the team?
He is, और आपको 11 प्लेयर उतारने हैं ना, 10 के साथ नहीं उतार सकते. तो they don't have the balls to drop. They don't have the balls to drop a pacer and pick an extra batter. So.
But why did they drop Siraj if they had to go with 2 pacers?
Message नहीं पढ़ा आपने? They are resting Siraj.
Resting.
Workload management.
वो थक गया है।
नौ 11
उसका
ओवर कराने
वर्कलोड
के बाद पहले
वर्कलोड मैनेज हो
Must
रहा
have
है,
हैदराबाद
been
में
tired after bowling
उसका
for
वर्कलोड
11
मैनेज हो रहा
overs.
है,
Wow.
उसका वर्कलोड मैनेज हो रहा है, उसको विशाखापट्टनम ला के उसको हैदराबाद से बाय बाय नहीं किया.
एग्जैक्टली।
They just don't have the balls to play an extra batter and drop a pacer. Yeah, Rahul Dravid with his ultra cautious approach. That is it.
Okay. Let's move to the next one. Kuldeep Singh, Monty Panesar before the series said Ben Stokes will play with Indian batters' ego, and that is what we have seen in the series so far. Vineet, what's your take?
Seems so, yeah, absolutely. Ben Stokes, every turn he's been challenging India, be it with the field placements, be it with his batting, be it with the bowlers, be it with the playing 11 that he is putting out on the field. Today also you saw the field placements; it was inside out, trying to see what the batters can do. Even in that final session, that's what Ben Stokes did. He invited both Bharat and Aksar to go over
Yeah.
the top, and that's what they did. I mean, that was probably one of the things that Stokes said कि run आने आएंगे तो आने दो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. That's kind of a brave captaincy that he is putting across. Is he playing with the ego of the players? Very much so. I mean, ego of the entire Indian team and the management also, not just Stokes. McCallum, they have a plan. They have a very good plan, and that's denting India psychologically, it seems. So yeah, I agree with what Kuldeep has mentioned.
And I think that's exactly what you mentioned yesterday as well, where you said that England must be thinking that you adapt to our style of play. We won't adapt to your conditions and your type of play. So I think that's happening
Right.
right now in this
Yeah.
test match as well. Let's move to the next comment, please. Priyanshu saying Basball is beating India both on the field and off the field mentally. We are tactically behind. Priyanshu, I think we've discussed this at length in this live session. Srini
बैट्सबॉल तो अभी
gave
आया ही नहीं है सेकंड टेस्ट में.
Huh. Srini gave a detailed answer about, what are the possible reasons of India not playing well in this test match. And as Vineet mentioned right now, that, we haven't seen baseball yet because we just saw Indian batters batting. And in that also, we just saw Jaiswal batting. So that's the reality. Let's move to the next one. Shuman faces trouble when ball comes in, so to negate that he's playing forward, but Anderson got him. Okay, so Anderson got him for the fifth time in 7 innings, and that's really troublesome. Soumya, how do you see this?
I guess I've talked about it जब मैंने start किया था second. Yeah, I don't understand what is wrong with Shubman Gill. He probably needs to go back and take a break. He probably needs to go back and play Ranji Trophy जो खत्म होने वाला है, खैर वो सीजन में उन्होंने निकाल दिया. I don't understand. वो बॉल आउट होने वाली नहीं थी प्लीज. सेटअप बहुत अच्छा था, नो डाउट, नॉट टेकिंग
Yeah,
एनीथिंग.
right.
सेटअप बहुत अच्छा था, बट वो बॉल पे आप अपने को, अगर आप अपने फ्रेम ऑफ माइंड में होते तो आप अपने को बचा सकते. दैट वाज सिंपल. उसको कीपर के पास जाने दो, उसमें कुछ नहीं करना था. यू हैड टू स्टिक टू द फर्स्ट बेसिक दैट यू वुड हैव लर्नड जब
Yeah.
आपने अपनी क्रिकेटिंग करियर शुरू किया होगा. उस बॉल में कोई ऐसा कुछ बहुत बड़ा कुछ मैजिक नहीं आया था. बहुत अच्छी सेटअप किया था उसने. तो आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज रॉन्ग विद दिस गाय, एंड रियली एट टाइम्स आई रियली फील बैड फॉर हिम बिकॉज आई फील ही इज वेरी टैलेंटेड. लेकिन टैलेंट होना और उसे शोकेस करना, सी दिस इज द चांस. ये यंग टीम है, एक दो प्लेयर्स को छोड़ के ये बहुत यंग टीम है. इन प्लेयर्स के पास चांस था इन 2 मैचेस के अंदर टू सीमेंट अ प्लेस, सो दैट जब आप जब सीनियर्स वापस आए तो एक कंपटीशन, एक हेल्दी कंपटीशन,
Yeah.
एक कंफ्यूजन, एक अच्छा कंफ्यूजन रहे कि किसे खिलाना है किसे ड्रॉप करना है. ठीक है, लेकिन दैट इज गॉन फॉर अ टॉस एंड दैट इज व्हाई यू नीड अ विराट कोहली. इसलिए विराट कोहली वापस आते हैं, इसलिए रोहित शर्मा वापस आते हैं. दूसरे फॉर्मेट्स में भी इसलिए केएल राहुल वापस आते हैं, जडेजा खेलने जाते हैं. हम बात करते हैं ना T20 वर्ल्ड कप में तो विराट और केएल राहुल और रोहित शर्मा और जडेजा जाएंगे, इसलिए जाएंगे यार, इसलिए जाएंगे.
Yeah. Hmm.
These youngsters don't understand how, don't, I don't know if they don't know how to cement their place और इनको करनी नहीं है. I don't understand. इससे बेटर
Well,
अपॉर्चुनिटी
most
मिलता
likely you won't see Shubman Gill in the third test
है.
match.
ट्रैक पे आप यार 50 भी नहीं करके जा रहे हो रियली सेट होने के बाद.
That's a really big problem. Let's move to the next question and let's see what our viewers saying. Ravi Shankar saying age is just a number. Once again, James Anderson proved today why he's the greatest fast bowler in Test cricket. What a spell. Oh, 41-year-old James Anderson. Yes, great spell. Thank you so much for your comment, Ravi Shankar. Next question, comment, please. Sasi Kumar saying such bad temperament by batters, no passion and value for their wickets. So sad to see these guys don't value for their India cap. That's what we're talking, Sasi, from the beginning of this live session, and everybody's talking about temperament, and it's sad to see that how the highest score from the Indian batters side was 179 from Yashasvi Jaiswal, and the second highest run was 34.
34.
So that's really very, very sad. Let's move to the next one, please. Sarat Chandra saying, whose day is this according to you, and where would England be happy to stop India? Can this Indian bowling lineup stop England tomorrow on this track? Can India take lead? Okay, there are too many questions here, and I'll divide these questions. First question is, whose day is this according to you, and where would England be happy to stop India? I'll put this question to Chetan, and the later half of this comment would ask Vineet to take this up. So first Chetan and then Vineet.
Yeah, it is England's
Chetan,
day
please go ahead.
on a pitch where India opted to bat first. पहले आपने टॉस जीत के पहले बैटिंग की on a very flat batting surface. You took 6 wickets for just 300 runs. I mean, that's England's day. Very clear, and I think England will be very happy. I'm sure India will be very happy. Oh, 300 run bana liye. India is already behind this match.
Okay. Vineet, would request you to please answer the second half of this question. Can this Indian bowling lineup stop England tomorrow on this track? Can India take lead?
I don't think so, to be honest. I really don't. It all depends on how much India scores, as Chetan had mentioned. I mean, अगर 50-60 run के अंदर ही निपट जाते हैं, under 400, maybe 380 में bowl out हो जाते हैं, England come on to bat, they'll go hard here. I mean, it would still be a very good track on the second day to bat as well. So it will be very difficult for Indian bowlers to stop England. You saw what James Anderson did, right? Even on a dead pitch, he got enough, stuff to bother the bowlers. You would hope batters. You would hope Jasprit Bumrah is probably able to do that. You would hope somebody like Mukesh Kumar has probably the best day of his life and does something. But one assessment here is, again, as I mentioned earlier, I won't judge the pitch or judge the situation till the time both the teams have batted. By the looks of it, England are way ahead, and they will bat like they did in Hyderabad. That will put the pressure on the Indian fielders, Indian bowlers. So India ahead. What can they do? Just take wickets here as soon as possible. And as I mentioned, थोड़ा बहुत मेरे को purchase दिख रहा था from the England bowlers. I may see maybe an Ashwin or an Aksar or Kuldeep for that matter get थोड़ा बहुत purchase, and they bowl those wicket taking deliveries, जो odd deliveries, against run of play जो आता है. Maybe something of that thing happens. That's the only way you would hope to stop the England batting unit for now.
विनीत, मेरा एक रिक्वेस्ट है आपसे, जब नेक्स्ट प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हो ना, जस्ट आस्क दीज पीपल कि हैदराबाद में हम 9 बैट्समैन लेके उतरे थे, बैटिंग डेप्थ कोट एंड कोट, तो इस मैच में आप एक एक्स्ट्रा बैटर लेके वाशिंगटन सुंदर को क्यों नहीं उतारा?
किससे पूछेंगे भाई? आज रजत पाटीदार आया डेब्यूटेंट प्रेशर पे, कल आएगा कोई और, जायसवाल आएगा, परसों मुकेश कुमार आ जाएगा, 4 दिन बाद जब हारेंगे तो तुम्हें पता ही है किससे ही पूछेंगे सवाल. वो खुद मेरी शक्ल देखने लग जाएंगे कि भाई किससे पूछ रहे हो, क्यों पूछ रहे हो, मुझे तो कुछ पता ही नहीं है. These press conferences are, I mean, I'm telling you, there's no insight. Just for हम journalists के लिए story के लिए चीजें, otherwise it's done यार, कुछ मतलब का नहीं होता है. Until unless maybe a Stokes or a रोहित शर्मा come, otherwise क्या ही है. रजत पाटीदार आया, रजत पाटीदार से पूछा आपकी इनिंग्स के बारे में बताओ, मेरे को अच्छा लगा, मैंने अपना इनिंग्स खेला, ड्रीम डेब्यू था, आउट हो गया जल्दी, मेरे को लंबा खेलना था, ठीक है, वेरी गुड, वेल डन, थैंक यू वेरी मच. अब उनसे क्या आप पूछोगे यार कि अप्रोच बताओ, ये बताओ, वो बताओ.
That's right. Okay, next comment, please. If the pitch remains the same tomorrow, good luck to Indian bowlers. England will be looking to erase the score in one day itself. Okay, Kuldeep. Next question.
550 रन बनेंगे.
Next question, please. Jason sings, I believe currently the solution for our two problems of Shreyas and Bharat is Dhruv Jurel. Shreyas kind of player, and whatever he does, the least would be equivalent to what Bharat does. Plus, he's young. He is young. Okay, I don't count that. But Chetan, what do you have to say?
James Anderson is also young then.
He seems to be.
Chetan, can
I don't
Dhruv Jurel
understand.
can be the solution for two problems, Shreyas and Bharat?
I
Jason
don't.
saying you just bring in Dhruv Jurel and two of the problems will be sorted. You won't have to worry about Shreyas and Bharat.
I don't know
राइट
what.
नॉट चेतन, कुछ भी कर लो कुछ नहीं होने वाला है। मैं उम्मीदें ही नहीं लगा के बैठा हूँ, इसलिए तुम कुछ भी कर लो, तुम ध्रुव जुरैल ले आओ या किसी को भी ले आओ, नथिंग्स
हाँ,
गोना
लेकिन अच्छी बात तो
हैपन।
करा, अगले मैच में तो बहुत सारे लोग वापस आ जाएंगे ना, अगले मैच ही खेलो।
ओके, नेक्स्ट कमेंट प्लीज।
नहीं, इसमें एक और चीज है बिफोर टेक द क्वेश्चन नो। अब जो ध्रुव जुरैल टीम में आया ही है, लेकिन देखो उसको मौका नहीं मिला। बैठे बैठे वो मतलब श्रेयस अय्यर से भी बढ़िया बैटर और मतलब सबसे बढ़िया कीपर बन गया है कि समझ रहे हो कि बैठे बैठे लोग जो बन जाते हैं ना कि सबसे खुर्रम खान, वो ये वाला
ठीक
सीन
है,
है।
ये बात भी ठीक है, लेकिन अगर अगर एग्रेसिव क्रिकेट खिलाना है किसी को तो उसे भी ट्राई कर लेते, दे देते यार डेब्यू कैप।
ट्राई कर लो, यस, ट्राई करने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, ट्राई कर लो।
वो उन्हें ऐसा लग रहा है कि जब कुछ अच्छा हो ही नहीं रहा है तो आप हर एक टेस्ट मैच में ट्राई करते चले जाओ, कुछ तो मिलेगा आपको बाय द टाइम यू प्ले द 5th टेस्ट। ओके, द क्वेश्चन ऑन स्क्रीन प्लीज। Uttam Gajera has a question for Chetan. Any change of thoughts on Shreyas playing short ball problem even in India? You and Sahil bhai were saying he won't have that much problem in India, but he's struggling against Anderson pace.
I never said he'll never have problem in India. He will always have a problem everywhere where there's quality fast bowling. Joe Root short ball डाल रहा था यार उसे.
Yeah.
Joe Root was bowling short to him. That was like, मतलब
कुछ हफ्तों पहले तो श्रेयस अय्यर कह रहे थे कि मेरी तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है शॉर्ट बॉल से, मैंने तो सब प्रिपरेशन कर लिया है, आई एम रेडी, आई विल बी पुटिंग अप बिग स्कोर्स ऑन
that's what he
बोर्ड
thinks.
बिकॉज़ आई
That's what he thinks. देखो, it was really weird to watch it. जेम्स एंडरसन शॉर्ट बॉलिंग करा रहा है, वो उसको पुल करे जा रहा है, शॉर्ट बॉल करा रहा है, वो पुल कर रहा है, शॉर्ट बॉल करा रहा है, पुल कर रहा है. The good thing was कि he was pulling it along the ground, he was not pulling it in the air. करते रहो ना भाई. 2 ओवर बाद शॉर्ट बॉल कराई, यूं करके उसको मारने की कोशिश की. क्यों?
रॉजर फेडरर का भूत आ गया था।
अगले ओवर में जो रूट उसको शॉर्ट बॉलिंग करा रहा है कि उनको दिख गया कि भैया शॉर्ट बॉल उसको डिस्टर्ब कर रही है. So that's obviously the sign कि the short ball is not the problem. The problem is your ego. The problem is ego.
इतना ईगो भी नहीं है, शॉर्ट बॉल के चक्कर में अब लेंथ बॉल भी नहीं खेली जा रही।
अगर आपको शॉर्ट बॉल आ रही है और आप उसको, and he was actually playing it well. Anderson was bowling और Anderson आप पूरा दिन देखो, Anderson was not bowling more than 4-5 overs. वो नहीं करेगा इन conditions में, 4-5 overs से ज्यादा नहीं करेंगे. The only thing he needed to do was play out those 4-5 overs, and he was actually playing it very very well. He was playing the bouncer और उसको नीचे करके खेल रहे थे, and I think एक बाउंड्री भी आ गई थी उससे, या सिंगल्स ही आ रहे थे. I think एक बाउंड्री आई थी, I'm not sure, but सिंगल्स तो आ रहे थे. He was not getting stuck at the crease, and it was not a pitch कि जहाँ पे उनके face पे आके बॉल लग रही थी. नहीं, it was coming at a good comfortable height and good comfortable pace, and he was pulling it. But the moment he did this and tried to do this, वो दिख गया कि उनके दिमाग पे वो चीज heavy हो रही है.
You mean the moment Roger Federer came in, the problem started?
It's a mental thing, and it becomes a problem when it's a mental thing, and it is a mental thing which fails here. जो रूट बॉलिंग शॉर्ट डिलीवरीज, मैंने शेन वॉर्न को देखा एक बाउंसर फेंकते हुए और मुझे उनकी याद आ गई थी, एंड आई वाज लाफिंग कि जो रूट bowled at 123 that short ball. Anderson bowled his short ball at 127. 4 किलोमीटर का फर्क था सिर्फ.
ये का जो हाल है इस समय, जो रूट शेन वॉर्न ही है.
Next question, please. Chakravarti saying Indian batters just do not know how to play Anderson. The same Anderson was thrashed in the Ashes just 4-5 months back. Indian batters neither play pace, bowl well, nor spin. We need humming Anderson.
Shuman Gill had issues facing Anderson. Rohit Sharma had issues facing Anderson, but Patidar played Anderson pretty well. Not that he scored runs against him, but he was looking at ease playing him. You know, with soft hands, playing it late, short bhi karaya, length bhi karaya. He was leading well. ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं खेल सकते. It's about the attitude, the approach. Again, it comes back to the approach of it and the attitude of it. ऐसा नहीं है जेम्स एंडरसन आ रहे हैं तो कुछ इंडिया में कुछ ना कुछ तो रन खान रिकॉर्ड भी नहीं है उनका कि यार यू खौफ कुछ बनता है. It's just about you look at it as a whole. Anderson was sticking to his line length. कराया उन्होंने. You could have easily negotiated it. That is what Jaiswal did. मतलब playing a bowler doesn't mean कि आपको उनके against run मारते रहना है. Look at Jaiswal. He faced what 48, 49 deliveries of Anderson.
Yeah.
7 रन बनाए. He didn't give away his wicket. He didn't look in any hurry. कोई trouble में नहीं थे. He negotiated it easily. So did Rajat Patidar also. अब जैसे again to Soumya's point, यार 5th stump के dog को आप क्यों लगाने जा रहे हो? छोड़ देते. That's how you play good bowlers, right? You just leave them, frustrate them. Then they'll try something else. अगर तुम्हें लग रहा है कि नहीं मेरे को रन मारना है, मेरा 3 डॉट हो गया, चौथे में मेरे को कुछ करना ही करना है, then that is an issue up here.
Yeah. Well, that's right. Thank you so much, Vineet, for joining with us. It was good talking to you. We'll see you tomorrow as well, live from Vizag. And if our viewers have any more questions to Vineet, we'll request you all to please tag him on Twitter, and he'll be glad to answer you all there. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, Vineet. Yes, we'll continue with the questions for Chetan and Soumya. So can we have questions for them, please? Shubham Garg saying biggest problem is Rohit. He's not batting with middle order young batters. We need some experienced batter in middle order to calm down youngsters after 2-3 dot balls. Shubham, we discussed this at length in this live session itself. How Rohit Sharma should have batted more with the youngsters, and the fact that Rohit Sharma and Ravichandran Ashwin are the two experienced players in this team. But that didn't happen on day one, and whether that'll happen ahead in this series or not, that's something for us to watch out. For now, let's move to the next one. Chakravarti saying Rohit and Rahul are disaster as captain and coach. Otherwise, how on earth they are playing Mukesh Kumar on this pitch? Either Washington Sundar or Sarfaraz should have played. We've discussed this also in this live. We've been talking about that there is no place for an extra pacer, or in a lot of live sessions we have talked about how Team India can just have only one pacer in the team. But it seems that Rahul and Rohit have something else on their mind, and that's why they have opted for Mukesh Kumar in the 11. Let's move to the next one. There was a graphic on broadcast regarding England spinners' release height. Was this main factor in selection of Hartley and Bashir? I think Chetan is the best one to answer this one. Chetan, what you have to say about this, the height and the reason for Hartley and Bashir's selection?
Yeah, they haven't told me if height is the reason. आप टीवी पे जो देख रहे हो ग्राफिक वो एक एनालिसिस हो रहा है. Height of spinner is not a reason to select the spinner. It's the angle with which they bowl.
And I think you explained the angle and you explained the bowling style of Bashir in yesterday's live session. All right. So would request sports fan to please switch into that live session. Would request our producer also to please paste the link in the comment section so our viewers can go back and can check out how Bashir and Hartley bowl. Can we have the next question, please? This one is for Chetan from Harsh Purohit. Is the burden of being labelled as the next batting superstar or successor of likes of Virat can be a reason of dip in form due to expectations? I think he is highlighting Shubman Gill here.
No, I don't think so. If that is the case, then he's already gone. अगर लोग सोशल मीडिया पे क्या कह रहे हैं वो आपके सर पे चढ़कर पहले ही चढ़ गया है तो then you're already gone. Then there is no coming back from that. हमने बहुत then as it is you're not a successor of Virat, because अगर आप Virat was obviously the next big thing in Indian cricket after Sachin Tendulkar left. So he never let that get it to you the way he get it to himself. I mean, the way he works hard in the nets, the way he scores runs, the way he works out, maintains his fitness, maintains his standards. That should be like a teaching for every young player out there. So अगर इतनी ही छोटी सी बात की आपको लोगों ने, मीडिया वाले कहते रहेंगे यार, ट्विटर वाले कहते रहेंगे, फैंस कहते रहेंगे, उनका काम है कहना. पर आपको पता होना चाहिए कि आपकी रियलिटी क्या है. Maybe you are the next batting superstar. Maybe you are the successor to Virat. बट आप उस चीज को अपने सर पे नहीं चढ़ने दे सकते, because the moment you do that, you're gone, you're done.
Yeah.
And if
Yes.
I'm not saying that is the case, but if that is the case, then there is no coming back.
Okay. Next question, please. Instead of making Rajat bat out of position, should have played Sarfaraz. Rajat can come in once they decide to rest Gill. A think tank is setting us back before a ball is even bowled. Soumya, what do you think? A lot of questions are there in the comment section about Sarfaraz non-selection in the 11 for this match. Do you think Sarfaraz deserved a place in the 11 for this one in place of Patidar?
सरफराज को लेके डिस्कशन आई डोंट नो, ठीक है वो रन बना के टीम में आया, अंडरस्टैंड है, तो रजत भी इसीलिए टीम में है ना यार, उसने दिखाया भी ना। आई मीन हाउ विल यू पिक सरफराज ओवर रजत पाटीदार ना, मतलब रजत पाटीदार को बिल्कुल ही आप पैकिंग ऑर्डर में पीछे कर दोगे क्या? बेसलेस कमेंट्स हैं ये। सरफराज हैज बीन पिक्ड क्योंकि आपको ऑब्वियसली प्लेयर रिप्लेस करने थे, बेस्ट फॉर्म उसका है, इसलिए आया है वो टीम में। वो 11 में जब तक जगह बन सकती, जब तक कोई और इंजरी नहीं होती भाई, रजत पाटीदार के अहेड नहीं खिलाओगे आप उसे। And if he would have played, okay, I'll be brutally honest, if he would have played, ये 27-28 रन आया ना, ये भी नहीं आते। रजत played a beautiful inning यार, जितना भी वो खेला, मैं feel bad जिस तरीके से आउट हुआ है।
Unfortunate dismissal.
उसको
Let's
देखो,
move to the next one.
सही को देखो जिस तरीके से वो आउट हुआ है, और वही बॉल जिस तरीके से पाटीदार ने खेली है।
You're right there. And his dismissal was very unfortunate one. Let's move to the next one. We don't back our own approach. Most probably the message would be to mimic Pope's kind of play from the first test. That's what I can make of it from those rash shots. Jason Vineet said this thing earlier in this live session. He said that the only thing that Indian batters are playing this way can be that they want to do something that England did in the first test match. So I think you are right there, but who knows? Nobody knows. What's the message? Nobody knows what Team India is thinking right now. Well, we'll get to know something in the first session tomorrow on day 2 of the second test match. But before that, all these can be just ifs and buts, speculations perhaps, and maybes. Only Team India knows what they're doing at the moment. Next question, please. This one's for Chetan from Shubham Garg. If we are 2-0 down, if Virat is unavailable for next 3 matches, do you mind getting Pujara back in the team?
No.
Okay. That's our answer there, Shubham. Let's move to the next one. I think, yes, we have taken this comment before, and okay, this is the last comment that we'll take for the day. Ravi Shankar Kumar saying we should make rank turner pitches, not these type of pitches. A couple of days back, Jamie beautifully explained how India have lost on all types of pitches, and now the pitch debate should be out of question because
you can't blame the pitch today.
Nor
you can blame it for the first test. You can't blame the pitches.
True.
You can't bring in the discussions around pitches now, and it's interesting plus ironical as well the way the whole focus has been shifted from pitches to temperament now. A few days back, before the start of the test series, everybody was talking about pitches, what will happen, what kind of pitches to expect in this series. Now, when everybody is understanding the fact that pitches can't be blamed for the losses, everybody is talking about the temperament of the Indian batters and bowlers, because now they know that the real problem lies there. It's not in the pitches, it's in the temperament, it's in the approach and the mindset. Samir, go ahead.
बना दो रैंक टर्नर, बना दो, वो जैकलीज पे खिला देगा। बेन स्टोक्स has got that guts bro, वो जो बोलता है वो करता है। वो बोला था 4 स्पिनर खिलाऊंगा, वो कर रहा है भाई, वो सब कर रहा है, खिला देगा वो 5 को भी। जैकलीज अगर फिट हो जाता है तो बना लो रैंक टर्नर, 1.5 दिन में खत्म हो जाएगा मैच।
Okay. Cool. Right now, we don't have any place to talk about pitches because the pitch question is out of place right now. We must talk about Team India's temperament, their approach, and their game plan for this match at least. We'll take this as the last question. This is for Chetan from KK. He's asking your prediction for India first inning. Okay, first inning score prediction.
I don't know. I don't. यार score predict करना तो बड़ा मुश्किल है. I think if they get, I still think if Yashasvi and Ashwin can bat the first hour, though, I think they will be able to get around 50 runs easily. So India's first target should be to bat till lunch. I think
400
450
plus
to
or not?
चाहिए. Huh?
Realistically, 400 plus or not?
Ideally, you want 400 plus. I would say, anything less than 400 on that pitch is game over. Over. So I can't predict the score, but I would say ideally you need 400 and 420 तक तो चाहिए ही चाहिए. I don't think 100 रन बनाने के उसमें है इंडिया. I really don't think. I think tail को तो जेम्स एंडरसन निकाल देंगे. I think the second ball is also due. I'm not sure if they've taken it or not, but it's already due. So they'll come back tomorrow morning with a new ball and पता भी नहीं चलेगा. Insta ID is _ Chetan Narula _
Yes. Okay. KK saying new ball tomorrow. If they get Ashwin's wicket, we are finished in first innings, getting
Yeah.
past
So
360.
new ball tomorrow with James Anderson. That's why it was really disappointing to see India bat today. Horrific.
So Team India has made 336 runs on day one, and right now we're just discussing that how
Anything less than 400 is game over.
370 से 380 के बीच में निपट जाएंगे.
Game over है वो. That's game over.
गेम ओवर ऑलरेडी हो चुके हैं.
Game over तो यहाँ से हो चुका है. You can't rely on just one player. You can't win a test match in the basis of one player.
It's not about that. It's about जब तक ये पिच स्पिनर्स को फेवर करनी शुरू करेगी तब तक इंग्लैंड आपसे 150 की लीड ले लेगा.
See, you had the advantage. You had the advantage on day one.
See, the thing is, spin friendly pitch पे भी उन्होंने 450 रन रेट बनाया था ना. तो आप इस ट्रैक पे
उसी पॉइंट से
400 से ऊपर तो चेतन पहले टेस्ट मैच के फर्स्ट इनिंग्स कभी हम देख ही रहे थे ना. 400 से ऊपर तो इंडिया भी गई थी ना.
उन्होंने तो सेकंड इनिंग्स में बनाया 400.
सेकंड इनिंग्स में बनाया था. हाँ,
फर्स्ट इनिंग्स में नहीं बनाया, सेकंड इनिंग्स में बनाया.
सेकंड इनिंग्स में बनाया.
Which was turning more. Look, I'm just saying कि this is a flatter wicket and England will score at 4.5. Maybe they'll not score more than 4.5, but they'll bat longer because it's a good batting track. So the longer they bat, you're looking at by their standards, they'll bat longer. Okay, और आप ये याद रखो कि पिछले मैच में रूट नहीं चले, स्टोक्स नहीं चले, बेस्टो इतना सा चले. उनमें से अगर 2 प्लेयर भी चलेंगे तो सोचो, मतलब I am horrified with India's batting performance today. Horrified.
No, I think इस लाइव सेशन की शुरुआत में जो श्रीनी ने कहा था, that stands true. श्रीनी ने कहा था मुझे अब लग रहा है बस इसकी 200 करवा देना और उसके बाद तुम्हें जो करना है करो, because right at this moment we're not even expecting anything from Team India. We just want Yashasvi Jaiswal to complete his 200. Well, that's something that I'll also leave this live session with. Let's just hope that Jaiswal completes his 200 and rest all we'll see on day 2. Thank you so much, Chetan and Soumya, for joining with me, and thanks a lot everyone for joining us.
फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट.